7 o'clock, I'd like to call the meeting to order. Start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So roll call, we have myself, Amy Freak, and Ed Spiker. And we went through did you read and sign the minutes, Ed?
Read and approved, read and signed. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So for correspondence, we have the Dartmouth Health has requested $400 for funding the visiting nurses in a hospice program. And they have worked with 3 residents in the past year for 16 home visits. And that's something that the health will have to handle. So we request the health officer or deputy health officer to handle and report back their findings.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I tricked you into coming. All right, as far as the select board vacancy, prior to the meeting, we had no letter of intent or resume, but as of 7 PM, we have 2. And Ed and I will go over those and discuss it, and we can make a decision by next meeting. All right, the fire department contract. So I have been talking with NMHA and the attorney, and they have been reaching out to their resources. And the fire department is doing nothing illegal. And by us entering into a contract with them, we are doing nothing illegal. And I know it's hard for some, hard for me, I'll be honest. But under the US Constitution, everybody has a right. And they're violating no laws, and the town would be violating no laws, and I would require a indemnification clause that would make it so the town could be held liable for any incidents. So I have the stuff from the lawyer, the questions the lawyer had just regarding the what's it called, Jason? The nonprofit. Just a question about that, and then adding the clause in there. So he was gonna get to his attorney and get that stuff added, and then we can review it. But I think
Eventually, we're coming to an agreement regarding this contract. All right. Best possible outcome, I guess.
Yep. Okay, FEMA update. Last we knew, we had the disaster declaration from the president for July 9th to the 17th, which are not the dates that impacted Croydon so heavily. So after learning that, I contacted, as well as others, contacted Ruth Ward, and Paul and I met with her yesterday about getting money as a stopgap measure, and new legislation that could assist in our situation. There's some legislation that's trying to, Senator Ennis is talking about, that would allow a large loan, interest-free, but it had to be paid back within 5 years, which it'd be far too much money. A five-year is not doable. So they're talking about doing some other type of loan situation there, and also asked that the governor be notified of our situation and asked that he come here and visit us and the office.
Was that Dan Ennis?
Dan Ennis, yeah.
Okay.
And then Ruth, she did say that she would talk to the governor. So here's hoping. So the Budget Advisory Committee. So far, I haven't received a 5th person, and I feel urgency to move forward with this. So I would like it to be the 3 applicants that applied, Aaron McKeon, Russ Edwards, and Jim Morgan. And then I would like to just sit in and learn and watch.
Sure.
So I would like to do that. So, and I know 2 of the 3 are here. So if you guys can hang out after, we can just get a little group chat going and figure dates out. Oh, what's this? The new member update I already talked about. All right, the proclamation for the Camp Coniston. Paul has drafted the process and is looking for the Board of Selectmen to approve, reach out, request to visit camp. Okay.
Should we make a motion to approve the 3 advisory committee, 3 members of the advisory?
Yes.
All right, I'd like to make a motion, going back to the Budget Advisory Committee, to approve Aaron, Russell, and Jim Morgan as the committee, with Amy sitting in.
I second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, so. Another motion. I make a motion to allow Paul to set up a time to do the proclamation with the camp.
I second, sorry. Thought I heard something.
Brenda was celebrating, I think. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
We hadn't even approved it yet, so. I'm nervous tonight. My wife's in the room. So, the camp donated $5,000 last meeting. Okay. So, I make a motion to allow Paul to set up a time to do the proclamation with the camp.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The camp donated $5,000. And Paul made a proclamation, formulated a proclamation thanking the camp, and he is going to set a time to go over and proceed with that proclamation.
Years ago, they used to always do that in lieu of taxes because they're a nonprofit. When I was treasurer, I always took it, so it's not something new.
No, but no, we just, that's the process of accepting the money.
Can I ask you a quick question? Does the money automatically go into the general fund? Just out of curiosity.
I believe it would.
Yes. All right, the .gov update, that finally was, my end got settled. Something happened with the email. But it got set up. So, the request for the domain name has been filed and should be issued by the beginning of November. Paul has requested that whomever manages the domain name currently reach out to him so he can finish the process. Do we know who that is?
I believe it. Is there on Paul and search that out? Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Ed?
Yes, the video recording, everything is in-house. I have to have an electrician switch an outlet back, a cabinet, and everything will be up and running the minute that happens. Until now, it's still in my hands. It shouldn't be within the next.
All right, new items. So, on Loveland Hill, the tiny house on Loveland Hill. Have you seen it?
On top of the hill?
On top of the hill with the tie that way in the back.
Mhm.
So I wasn't really sure that that was ever really legal, and all I had to say was help to Kim. She got me a lot of information.
Well, it looked like it was starting out to be a tree house, but it didn't end up to be one.
No, but they've taken that lot out of current use. They've done everything, those steps so far. I just don't know if there's a septic plan or anything for that, so we have to dig for this. Or if it's on wheels, then it's a camper situation.
To my knowledge, there's no power run out there, no well. I have not seen any well drillers out there or diggers. And I don't believe there's a building permit for the building itself.
Kim?
I didn't get a chance to stop in and speak to Paul or go through the file to see. Typically with tiny houses, if they're on wheels, they can be kind of self-contained. They can have a composting toilet, or they can have a kind of a pump and haul thing like a camper. I'm not certain about the water. If there's not a well or any type of a way to get water, then they would be bringing their water in, maybe getting it from a community well or just bringing it in. But again, then it would be a camper permit where you could give them access to be on some type of a slab or thing for a temporary amount of time. But we would have to determine, is it on wheels and is it registered?
Right.
Otherwise, if they're planting it there, then it would become a building permit and they would need to have a septic system for health and safety reasons.
Okay. It's Tuesday, so I'm gonna dig tomorrow, and the file's here for that. I need to know stone wall boundary on the road. If a homeowner that wants to remove it. Where do we find that? I'm gonna get my book, I'll be right back.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go get my book from the back.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I believe,
I can't find it right now.
So I've got New Hampshire stone wall policy right here, as of 2017. Department of Transportation, Bureau of Environment. Now it's 52 pages long. I don't know if
Call the order.
I don't know if I'm gonna have the means to go through it right at this minute, but I can find an answer.
Okay. All right. We want to figure out the rule. We have a homeowner that wants to, Bonnie Parker Troy on Glidden wants to move the stone wall along the road. And she's concerned can't be because it's a boundary line with the road. So we're gonna find out for her.
Now, I know as a stone wall is a boundary between two property owners, it has to be agreed upon by both property owners to be moved. So depending on what road, you said it's Glidden?
Yes.
I guess we would be one of the property owners. That's just the way I'm thinking about it right now.
We should talk to Joe about it too.
You wanna,
Just a thought, because I already do this with the state about the retaining wall, and had to look at it because of runoff and everything. So I guess I would question Joe, if this gets removed, would that grow more from runoff from water? Would you have to ditch it more or anything like that? That would be my concern.
Okay, so when I come tomorrow to dig for that tiny house, I will talk to Joe about that.
it looks as though there's a rating system as to what isn't permissible. It's not something we can decide right this minute. We'd have to look into it more.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
So everyone's favorite, Avatar interior inspections are coming. It's not mandatory. It does, however, ensure that your tax card is up to date. If you have received a letter and wish to participate, please contact Avatar and schedule for your inspection for October 23rd through 25th. If you wish to opt out of this in future interior inspections, you can contact the Croydon Town Clerk's office.
So last time they came around,
Can you just stand up?
so last time Avatar came around to our property, they came with an unmarked vehicle, and the guy didn't have a badge on him, so he almost got shot trespassing. So I brought it up to the town, and apparently they've done that before to different residents last time he came out. So I would just request that he does have proper identification on him when they come up.
I think he's got it on the side of the car.
He did not have it at that time.
Thank you. Paul has reached out to EB2GOV in order to find out what types of plans they offer for the town to start accepting credit cards online and in person for most transactions, for such things as taxes, dog licensing, permitting fees, vital records, marriage license, stuff like that. That's brilliant. All right, James Bengrazi of 231 Barton Road Septic Design. James had come before the planning board in order to get his septic approved. The planning board has asked for the grade information to be included on the plans. James has corrected it and is looking for approval. Oh my God. I can't read that. Brenda, where's your read it? I can't, absolutely can't.
So when I came to the pipeline of the house, she like requested that I have a full printout sheets, not that sheet. So it wasn't a big,
Yeah, you want the big
Yeah,
plan,
yeah, that should be a question for the septic systems too.
not photo. Shrunk down.
Everything's there. The information's there. Fine,
You're good with it?
I'm good with it.
I think they've seen that bigger copy.
The planning board should have it.
So this is the proclamation for Paul.
Mhm.
We have from Robert Thorson of Thorson Firearms and Gunsmithing, looking for approval from the select board for operating his firearm shop. As far as the state is concerned, it's not in good standing. I guess we need to require him to be in good standing, I would imagine.
Let's see what information we have there. Yeah, we can prove it.
Well, this.
It's been there for years. Correct? It's just gonna do stuff up there. Seems that way. He's just gotta get a permit updated, I believe. Once he does that, I'm back.
So I'm making a note for Paul, sending this back to him to make, to bring his business with good standing with the state and that our permits are signed up to date. All right, now we have public forum. Anybody have anything?
So I live over on Old Springfield Road, and Sunapee just finished a paving project probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and they dumped all the debris on the corner of Reed's Mill and Old Springfield. And I tried reaching out to them, having them remove it, and I got no response back. So maybe to help the select board can do that. There's tar and then some road pack. That's piled.
I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, I see it every
Corner of
day.
Reed's Mills and,
It's Reed's Mill and Old Springfield.
Yeah.
Well,
Right on the corner?
it's right.
It's
I think
right at
It's
the
right
edge.
a corner.
yeah, okay, yep,
I appreciate it.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else? Don't yell at me,
Yes,
please.
they didn't happen to drop any hard pack off for your driveway, right?
No, I spent a lot of
No.
money. I wish we did.
Anybody else?
I won't say anything.
I'm trying. Very good. I hate these.
That's good.
I'm trying.
First thing you got, you gotta get
One of those weird pieces, like, on the ground, right in front of us, so you don't have to-
No. All right, if there's nothing else, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So you guys know, I reached out to the highway department and then to the company that did it. And they gave me some-
Okay.